On January the 2nd, 2010, my life and my world changed. I was given a free ticket to the Liberty Bowl in Memphis to see the Arkansas Razorbacks play the East Carolina Pirates. If you were there that day, you know it was bitterly cold. We rode on a shuttle bus to the stadium. I was layered up with jackets, shirts and sweaters, mufflers, gloves, and a toboggan head cover. The hard-fought game ended well for Arkansas with a field goal in overtime. Unfortunately, I know that only because I had taken lots of photos that I looked at later. As it turned out after the game, the bitter cold and the overexertion necessary to get from the stadium to the warmth of the shuttle bus, all uphill I might add, was too much for my system to endure. After I got on the bus with my brother, my nephew, my niece, and others, I passed out. The only thing I remember was the sound of my camera bouncing on the shuttle bus floor. I was told later that I had had a heart arrest. 20 minutes, that's how long my heart stopped. Someone called 911, but with all the traffic trying to get away from the game, it was not looking good for EMT help. God said, "Not yet, Roger." And within seconds of the initial event, my niece, Jennifer Curtis Poole, and the bus driver had canvassed the other buses and found 2 cardiac technicians and a family medical doctor. Did I mention that my niece was at that time a charge nurse at the Baptist Hospital in Little Rock? They all kept applying CPR until the EMTs finally made it through the crowd. After a few hits from the onboard defibrillator and a short ride to Memphis Hospital, the real fun began. 5 stents and a combination pacemaker defibrillator were put in me. 4 stents at first. The doctor said he's going to wait and see how it did before he went to the trouble of putting another one. Anyway, 5 stents later, 9 days passed before I was able to leave the medical facility at Methodist in Memphis and go home. My wife was told by the medicos that my chances of surviving this ordeal was about 5%, and if I did survive, brain damage was almost a certainty. Well, I did survive, and there continues to be some debate about the issue of brain damage. On January 10th, 2021, I will have been 11 years old relative to my post-heart arrest rebirth date. Happy birthday to me, and thank you to all who made it possible. If angels walk the earth, and I honestly believe they do, one of them has the name Jennifer. Permit me this postscript to the Memphis story. Because he gave me my ticket to the game, I think my brother Wes felt somewhat to blame for my heart arrest after the game. Compound that with another loss years earlier with our brother Richard was killed in a car accident. Wes was not driving either of the 2 vehicles involved, but as the oldest of 4 Poole boys present, he didn't take lightly the responsibility for our safety. Now, as I lay unconscious in a hospital bed in Memphis, he might have been thinking, am I losing another brother on my watch? I bring up this history of loss to underscore what happened at some point during my surgery and recovery in that Memphis Methodist Hospital. My wife told me, because my memory of it was sketchy, that I was trying to say something. Words don't come easily when you are heavily sedated and you have a tube in your throat that must certainly have been as big as a garden hose. Failing at the spoken word, I was given a tablet to write on. I wrote something down, a beautiful squiggly line that looked more like a profile of the Swiss Alps than anything else. Satisfied that I had conveyed my message, I forgot about it until sometime later, when Thelma asked me what I was trying to communicate so desperately. At first, I didn't know what she was talking about. Then suddenly, a wave of gentle awareness washed over me as I was taken back to the event that gave me the urge to pass on the special message. My dead brother, that's right, I said dead brother, Richard, came to visit me. Briefly, as I lay somewhere between life's last moment and death's first, he had a simple, short message that I was to pass on to Wes, our brother. The message was, "Tell Wes I said hey." With that one word, he was telling me that I was going to be okay, and he was telling Wes that whatever burden he held on his shoulders, it was forever lifted